I am Qammar Un Nisa, and I will not waste my time because I have a lot to share with you. As you can see, the topic actually in 1999, in 2019, I have attended this workshop and I liked that so much, and I have learned very important strategies. So I like to share with you. That was at University of London, and topic was cognitive psychology. Actually, the best part of this workshop was that it was given by the author of book, which helped a lot. This book is totally about cognitive psychology, how it helps in teaching and learning. And I bought that book. I have that with me. And good part is that this book is available. They have their website with the name The Learning Scientist. I will share with you that page, and they have so much material on that website. You can benefit from that. So we shall start. The topic was how can cognitive psychology help you teach and learn. So before going into detail, we should know what is cognitive psychology. Cognitive psychology is simple. It's a study of mental processes. So every time, every person has mental processes going on, thinking, attention, going into past, thinking about future, and encoding, memory. There are three steps of actually what is going on in mind. It is related with the brain. Actually, there are three steps: perceiving, then remembering, and reasoning. If I give you example, if I take example of COVID-19, during COVID-19, there was different people perceived it differently. Like Trump perceived that it's Chinese virus. It's not coronavirus. It is Chinese virus.
It's Chinese virus. Okay.
Yes, and some people thought that it's nothing. It's just fake, and people wanted to improve their 5G technology. Some said, "Oh, it's so horrible. We will die. Everything will be finished." So different people were perceiving differently. And if we come to remembering, like we can remember past, like World War II. Like we don't remember the fresh parts, like previous short memory, but we think of any horrible event happened anywhere, anytime in our life, like 10, 20 years back. So all this is going on in mind. It's related with thinking. Like first we perceive, then we keep in memory, we remember, and then reasoning. Like we were talking about Trump, that why he was perceiving that it's Chinese virus, because it was oriented from China. So perceiving, remembering, and reasoning, cognitive psychology. So I'm coming back to the teaching or learning, how we learn. So this is a group of scientists teaching science. So they are known by scientists of learning, or the learning scientists. Where I attended this workshop, there was a group of people. There was a co-founder, Yana Weinstein. I will share with you her book. She's writer. She's doing PhD. She's teaching right now in America. So if we talk about learning, what is learning? Obviously, when first we learn with attention, and then we keep in memory. No? So learning is actually first we learn something, but we gradually forget it. As soon as we encode or learn something, it immediately start to forget. In seconds, like we see different pictures daily, we forget the previous one, and we see about the next thing. Like memory is not like library. We can, because we are humans, so we can reconstruct our memories, the previous one, few years back. So computers cannot reconstruct, but humans can, because we have brain. And then we retrieve the memories, like we have short-term memory and long-term memory. So basically we are talking about cognition, that what is going on in our minds. If we look at it, what do you conclude from this picture? You can see here memory complexity. There is one simple memory and one is complex memory. Can anyone share what can you perceive from this picture? Being a teacher, if we think about teaching, like we are teaching, like if we teach any simple concept, simple concept, one concept, two concepts, and their answer concept will be brighter. You can see simple memory. There are less links, only one link. And if we compare with complex memory, you can see many links, and the different topics have been taught. If we think as being teacher, so you can see the results are also somewhere very less. The quality of result. From this picture, we can perceive, or being a teacher, we can say that we can come to principle which is minimum information principle. Being teacher or being a student, we cannot get lots of topics or information or concepts at one time. As much as we keep it simple, the memory or the result or product will be better. Nowadays we are like, we can say we are filled with lots of technology, lots of information from everywhere. Like we are in hurry, and we think sometimes we forget we are dealing with the soft brains. Sometimes we think that they are like computer machines. We give them topics daily, we are giving them concepts, and we expect that they give their best, like 90% or 100% marks. So we should stick to that rule, that minimum information. If we will be having giving them minimum information in a span of time, then we will have better quality. The concepts will be in their memory for longer time. So memory complexity, because there will be so many links and it will be jumbled up and the student cannot perform. But obviously there are outstanding children, very few, in a class, in a group of 40, there may be one or two who have sharp memory, they can perform well. But most of the time there is a limitation. Like, so we should stick to that rule, minimum information rule, for the better results. Like, understanding is very important. Only giving knowledge is not enough, I think. Then they have discussed about cognition, that cognition and learning are linked with each other. Obviously, cognition, first we learn something, we look at some, it can be anything. We are looking at some hilly area along, and we are learning that it must be difficult to climb, and it takes how much time to climb. And then we think about the different ways, how can we reach in short time. So this is two-way communication, learning, cognition. Obviously children are doing it, but we should give some time for the cognition. Only giving them concepts and taking their test should not be the routine. So this should be a balanced way, that learning and then cognition. We should give some time, some break to the children. Like, they should have some thinking process in their mind. They should ask from themselves, they should ask from their friends, they should have some quality time. No? So we should involve cognition while teaching, or if we are students, while learning next topic. There are some important rules for long-term retention. You can read, I hope it's clear. Some strategies for the teachers or for students, that don't learn things that you don't understand. We should ask our students, if we don't understand, don't learn these things for the exams. Obviously this is very important.
Okay.
Learn before you memorize. Understanding is very important. Start from basics before going into complexity. Basic concept should be clear, then we should do application or further derivation. You can go through these steps and keep questions simple. Minimum information principle should be in mind. Picture assist memory. In sciences, maths, geography, we take help of pictures. And learn mnemonic techniques, personalize, provide examples, close deletion, like mnemonic power, and use redundancy. This is a new term for me. Has anyone used this technique? Please use mic if instead of writing. Has anyone used this technique?
Question asked from different angles. Same question asked from different angles.
Yes, repetition of words. Yeah, same words with different meanings. Similar questions.
Yes,
Good.
I use it professionally.
Yes, I
अगर हम कभी
And we use references. We ask children, they can use, they must give reference also, reference of different poets. Okay, this is the most important part, which I have used in my class also. 6 strategies for effective learning, and these are really helpful. I like the best one is this first one, spaced practice. I will discuss with you, and these are 6 strategies which teachers, if when they want to link that cognitive psychology with teaching, they use these strategies, and students can use these strategies to prepare for the exams or for higher studies, for university admissions. And so this was the part which I like most, and there is a lot information on website. If you like, you can check on the website. Let me show you. There is Learning Scientist website, Learning Scientist. Yes, this one. And they have given all the material, handouts, their examples. You can approach. I hope you have seen this. So if you like, there is book is also available, so you can check all these strategies. So we will discuss it in quickly. First is spaced learning and value in teaching. Okay, if you can see this diagram, there are 2 type of test results. You can see there is study and without any break, re-study and then test. Obviously the score is not good. And if you can see there is a gap, study, after some gap, re-study the topic, then again gap and test, the results are excellent. You can see spacing is even more effective when it involves sleep. Like you can see there is a sleep pattern, then again work. And once it happened with me that I was in my office and I was working on making some schedule. It was so complex that I had a group of students and there was different level students. So I was not able to focus on my work and I was irritated. So I thought that I should go home and tomorrow, inshallah, in the morning I will do it. And literally when I came next day, it was so easy for me and I did all that work in few minutes. So this is also one example that we should give space to our brain. And they have told us different techniques of giving space, like vocabulary learning, fact learning. After giving one concept, we can give different these strategies. We can take that concept with all these different strategies, like fact learning, text passages, problem solving, motor skills, musical instrument learning. Like they explained that this is all rounder. I think they explained that it works in all these domains. Even if we are learning some music, like sir told about languages, for everything, like reread, and after see that they had different. Actually, there was a research. They shared one research. You can see that they had different group of students. One group of students, what they did that they just asked student to read some passage or some information, and they took immediate test. Then there was massed, like reread, and after 2 days there was delayed test. Then spaced practice, that read, then 1 week gap, reread, and then the test was taken. So let's see the results. They shared their results with us. You can see this graph. Immediate test, all single, massed and distributed, like spaced, and then delayed test. In immediate test, the results were fantastic. You can see that number of students there which performed very well. It was great. But during delayed test, the space score was the highest. You can see here in this graph that they researched it, and it was proven that space practice bring wonders. Like the results were great after delayed test, like after teaching topic, after 1 week gap or 2 weeks gap, the student performed well. So they just tried to convince that this activity helps students. So they have told us that which type of opportunities we should create, like homeworks, and same topic can be given for homework, extra practice casual opportunities, like you can see extra practice means create a schedule for them, brief period spread out over the week, blocking it off on calendar in months in different with the gaps, record and reflect. They've given us actually detail. So you will get all this information on the website if you wanted to. And the schedule opportunities like playing games through different contests, links between ideas, conversations. Like Ma'am Aisha suggested that there should be conversation. Yes, that's great. Examples. Um, then second strategy, yes, this was also space practice. Teacher input information, then break. Student recall information, then again give them break. Student application of information, they should reproduce it. That is the way of space learning method. I think you all understand well, and you can tell us better than this. Now, second strategy is retrieval practice. Retrieval practice, like give time to students to retrieve their knowledge, their concept. Like once, give them breaks. Like put their class material on side and ask them by different methods that discuss about the topic. And the best part of the workshop was all the things were illustrious, like they elaborated with the help of diagrams. You can see retrieval can be in group work, in pair work. The children can use flashcard, like give them chance to retrieve their knowledge with the space and like you can see, give them different intervals. So can anyone share about retrieval practice? Okay. I have one video. Let's watch this and then we will discuss about